My dear friends, today I will be discussing about the treatment of phallostratology or how to manage a case of phallostratology. Now, phallostratology is a congenital heart disease and which can complicate to give rise to cyanotic heart disease also. It consists of four important components, that is right ventricular hypertrophy, ventricular septal defect, overriding of aorta, then pulmonary infundibular stenosis. Depending on the severity of the phallostratology, the sign symptoms also present like this. So it may present since birth. So newborn babies may present with various sign symptoms. They may be asymptomatic, and also they can present with severe sign symptoms. So depending on the severity, they can present with various sign symptoms. Now there is one important manifestation of phallostratology, that is TED spell or hypoxic spell or cyanotic spell. Here, because of various precipitating factor like anxiety, dehydration, fever, etc. or pain, it may precipitate the hypoxic spell, that is it causes shunting from right to left shunt. So normally the shunting in the phallostratology heart or tetralogy heart from the left to right side, because left side pressure is more compared to the right side. But in some situation, there may be reversal of shunt, and the shunt may be from right to left side. That time the patient may give sign symptoms of hypoxic spell or cyanotic spell or TED spell. So these are the various sign symptoms or important presentation of phallostratology with TED spell or hypoxic spell. Now when it comes to management of phallostratology, we have to target the TED spell management or hypoxic spell. So it is one of the important management part of phallostratology. So when most of the patient may present with hypoxic spell or cyanotic spell, and that can worry the patient because of cyanosis the baby become blue or the child become blue, and also known as blue baby syndrome. Beside, there will be risk of loss of consciousness, agitation, shortness of breath, etc. So one of the important management of phallostratology is to manage the cyanotic spell or hypoxic spell, also known as TED spell. So drug of choice for TED spell is beta blockers, that is propranolol plays important role in prevention or treatment of TED spell. Beside, in case of acute episode, morphine is given. Morphine can be very important in treatment of acute episode of TED spell or acute episode of hypoxic spell. Besides, sometimes 100% oxygen can be given also. 100% oxygen is a potent vasodilator, and once it leads to vasodilation in pulmonary circulation, it increases the blood flow to the lung, and that's why the pulmonary resistance is decreased, and because of that the right ventricular pressure also falls. And when the right ventricular pressure falls, then there is reversal of shunt, and because of which cyanosis will be, the sign symptom of cyanosis will disappear. So cyanotic spell maybe because of right to left shunt can be treated with 100% oxygen, which is a potent pulmonary vasodilator, and because of the vasodilation it causes reduction in the right ventricular pressure, and that's why left ventricular pressure become increased, and it causes left to right shunt with the disappearance of the sign symptom of cyanosis. So these are the various treatment policy for management of TED spell or hypoxic spell. Beside, when the TED spell become resistant or for refractory cases which are not sensitive to any type of treatment, maybe 100% oxygen or beta blockers or morphine, in some cases sedation as well as intubation is considered. So sedation and intubation are considered in case of refractory cases or those cases which are not sensitive to drug management for management of hypoxic spells of phallostratology. There is another important last resort to manage the TED spell or hypoxic spell, that is ECMO. What is ECMO? Extracorporeal membrane oxygenation. So extracorporeal membrane oxygenation can play an important role in, as a last resort, treatment of Fallot's tetralogy. Besides, we can also consider for Blalock-Taussig shunt, that is the palliative surgery, so as to prevent the sign symptom of the disease or the hypoxic spell. So palliative surgery like Blalock-Taussig shunt as well as ECMO or extracorporeal membrane oxygenation can reduce the sign symptom of TET spell or hypoxic spell or cyanotic spell. That is one of the important acute episode of Fallot's tetralogy. So these are the various medical management as well as surgical consideration for Fallot's tetralogy acute episode, also known as TET spell or hypoxic spell or cyanotic spell. But now comes the total surgical repair. If we want to totally cure the disease, we have to go for curative surgery. That is closure of the ventricular septal defect, repairing of the pulmonary infundibular stenosis, and at the same time manage the overriding of aorta. So it is open heart surgical method, and time duration, I mean to say the age for perfect age for doing this operation is 2 months to 1 year, and for symptomatic patients, in those patients who are symptomatic, we can go for early surgery depending on the scenario. So these are the various total surgical treatment for Fallot's tetralogy. Then comes the palliative surgery. In palliative surgery, we do some shunting operation. Here we do shunting from pulmonary artery and subclavian artery, as well as some known important operation is Blalock-Taussig shunt, which ultimately helps in correcting the cyanosis, as well as treatment of the cyanotic spell of the Fallot's tetralogy. So these are called palliative surgery. So these are the various ways of management of Fallot's tetralogy. So if you want to cure the disease or totally make the person symptom free, then we have to go for curative surgery, that is surgical repair, total surgical repair. Here we are going to repair the ventricular septal defect, then correct the infundibular stenosis, that is pulmonary stenosis. Then we can also try to treat the right ventricular hypertrophy, and curative surgery can also prevent the right ventricular failure in future, because untreated Fallot's tetralogy can lead to right ventricular failure. And when it comes to asymptomatic patients, we can go for surgery from 2 months to 1 year of age, and for symptomatic patient, the urgent indication for surgery is given. So we can go for urgent surgery if the patient is very much symptomatic. So these are the various surgical repair of the disease. Besides, there is palliative repair also. Here we are going to connect the or produce a shunting between the pulmonary artery as well as subclavian artery, and these may relieve the sign symptom of cyanosis and may relieve some of the complication of Fallot's tetralogy. And one of the important shunting or palliative operation is Blalock-Taussig shunt. So these are the various management strategy for Fallot's tetralogy treatment. Now we go for prognosis. Now if Fallot's tetralogy is untreated or untreated Fallot's tetralogy is left for longer time, it can lead to right ventricular hypertrophy. And right ventricular hypertrophy, if it persists for long time, can lead to right ventricular failure, which ultimately leads to left ventricular failure. So Fallot's tetralogy should be treated as soon as possible. Otherwise, untreated Fallot's tetralogy can lead to right ventricular hypertrophy, and finally it leads to right ventricular failure, and which may complicate to left ventricular failure or congestive heart failure. So these are the various treatment policy as well as prognosis of Fallot's tetralogy. Thank you very much.